Think you're ready for van life? Think again. These 3 epic Vantours feature next-level van builds and custom conversions so smart, stylish, and off-grid ready, you'll be rethinking your 9-to-5 and your floor plan. From remote work rigs to dog-friendly dream vans to full-blown Star Wars conversions, these are the van tours you don't want to miss. Let's get rolling. First up, Jess's 2023 Ram ProMaster 3500. This rig is giving mobile sanctuary with a tiled shower, queen-size bed, UV, water filtration, and enough battery power to rival your local coffee shop. It's remote work ready, road trip approved, and somehow still cozy enough to host a guest. Major props to Jess. Don't forget to check her out for more on this build. Let's step inside.
Hi, my name is Jess. This is my van. It's a 2023 Ram ProMaster Extended 3500. The reason that I wanted the van was to be outside more. Love being outside. Love small space design. I've always loved traveling ever since I was little, and the van gives me freedom to do all those things. Come on inside and check it out. So this is the seating area. This is a couch, but really I use it as a second bed for anyone else. Now that you saw the couch, this is the seating area. I eat here. When I travel, I work remotely. And then the windows pop out multiple levels. So it goes halfway and then all the way up as well. So there's storage in the benches, and that's where I store my vacuum, toilet paper. I have a little washer that like spins around too. It like pops up and spins. So inside the van. Right now there's nothing in here, but I'll keep food or clothes. Here we are at the slider door. This is the kitchen countertop, and my favorite part about it is the extender. So you can chop your food here. You can sit and work here with all the views. Kitchen, I love having the open countertop. It's great. This is an induction stove. It's 2-burner. And love cooking on it. It's great. Heats up fast, super fast. So these are the drawers. My favorite part is definitely the handle. Have my silverware, utensils. Moving down the countertop, I have my mini fridge. It has a freezer, and I can fit probably like a week's worth of food in here, which is very convenient. There is also a drawer here. Some of these drawers are hard to open, just so you know, but it's beneficial when you're on the road. This is the kitchen sink. I love the faucet. This is the UV filtered water for. Behind this door is my shower. I love it. You don't have to get a hotel room. You can shower here, which is great. So I have a 40-gallon water tank. You can take a lot of showers with it, which is great. It's hot and cold water. There's a vent here, a light, and then you can pop it up and let out the humidity. And then here I have the cassette toilet. I don't like using it, I'll tell you that, but it's extremely nice to have. So I also have this fan. It opens up for ventilation when I'm cooking, as well as it reverses in and out. So you can bring air in when you need it and also use it as a vent, which is convenient, especially when it's hot. So now we're gonna do the back of the van. This is the bed, and there's a block that was strategically placed to help you get up. Here we are on the bed. It's a queen size bed. We have the cabinets here for the storage, but it's awesome because they're higher on this side, so you don't hit your head. And then I can actually sit like this without hitting the ceiling. A lot of storage here. I usually keep all my clothes there. This is the roof unit AC. It does draw a lot of power. It is super nice to have though. There is an outdoor shower here. The beach, I love washing my feet off or anything sandy. Beach chairs. For power, I have 500 amp hours of Battleborn batteries. I have a 3000 watt Victron inverter. I have the Victron solar controller for the solar panels on the roof. I have a Victron Orion, and that charges my batteries when I'm driving from the alternators. So in the very back of the garage, I have the 40-gallon water tank and the water heater. So stores there, and then I also have a cabinet for extra storage where I keep my Wi-Fi router. So if you ever want to rent it, you can, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Next, Sydney's dreamy custom van from at Divine on the Road. With red oak cabinetry, a desk set up with a view, and dog-friendly everything, this rig is basically a Pinterest board that drives. It's her third van, and easily her best. Rugged on the outside, designer on the inside, and built for full-time van life with 2 dogs and 0 compromises. Go give her a follow. You'll thank yourself later. Let's check it out.
I've lived full-time on the road for the last 6 years with my 2 dogs, so they're in this van as well. This is my 3rd van, and I can truly say I nailed it this time. This is my dream van, and I'm so excited to show you. This is dog number 1, Ella, who has chosen to join me for the beginning of this video. On to my right. This is something I was really excited about. This was actually Henry, my fiance's idea. There is a removable water bowl storage box, basically, and this is where I have put all of the leashes. And it was really important to me that I would have a workspace. I have been working full-time the entire time I've been on the road, but I've always had to do it in my bed, and now I actually can come to a separate area in the van and sit down with a coffee or whatever, and also look out of the sliding door, which is really cool. I can kind of see the views while I work, stay creative, and yeah, I've really loved it for that reason. To my right is just kind of a miscellaneous work items. I have my projector in here. I have some stuff for the Starlink in here. While I'm sitting here working, I can plug into all of my different devices, all my electronics, and so that's been very handy as well. A lot of people told me to use the bench for storage and just to kind of maximize my things and being able to use it for that, which is what I think most people do. However, I really wanted Pearl to also feel like she had a place to go. Chihuahuas don't typically like to run around or like romp the same way as the big dogs, and because we foster, we do have 2 other larger dogs, one of whom is in Henry's van. They just play really hard and Pearl does not, and so I wanted a place where she could kind of go off, do her own thing, and feel like she was safe and could sleep and not get run over by the other dogs. Starting kind of with this side unit, it is on both sides, but I have a flip-up counter, which to be honest, I rarely ever use. I just don't really need that much counter space. I'm only cooking for myself or for Henry, and so having both of these spaces typically is enough, but it's optional if I do need more space, or sometimes when I'm washing dishes. And then right here is my sink. So it's a really large sink, which I love because I do my dishes like every other day, and so these sinks fill up quick. Here is the faucet. It has a sprayer, typical, like I'm sure you've seen. This is filtered water, something else I've never had in a van before. I guess I just kind of like kept my fingers crossed usually, but now I have a whole separate thing for filtered water and like an entire filtration system. And then this is for dish soap, which actually just ran out, so we shall refill. But that's my sink. Next to the sink is my 2-burner induction stove and oven, something I never really thought I would have in a van. But I cook in the oven pretty much every single day. This is the Breville Smart Oven. I have 3 full drawers right here. This is where I keep a lot of my kitchen stuff, silverware, things that you've seen before. This is very weirdly shaped because of some of the water system that's behind here. Most builders, I feel like, would probably just not even make this drawer because of how weird like shaped it had to be, but my builder, SoCal Customs, who I'll also talk about in a little bit, they were amazing and they knew how important as much storage was as possible, so they just cut that in as best they could. This is a Vitrifrigo fridge, is how I think you say it. I desperately wanted like a full width sized freezer, and the Isotherm company that you see in a lot of vans, I don't think any longer makes a full width size freezer. This is for my water heater, so it's on a 60-minute timer so that I don't ever accidentally leave it on too long. So if I want to take a hot shower in the back, I just crank my water heater for the full 60 minutes. Takes about 10-15 minutes to heat up to like the temperature that I like. In between both sides of my kitchen and below the bed, right where I'm standing, is where my toilet slides out on like a little tray, and I have a Lavio dry flush toilet. In the past, I've had either no toilet or a cassette toilet, where you put a bag in, do your business, and ditch the bag. We're in the bedroom now. I do like to try and switch up the energy a little bit. Obviously everything has to match, but just kind of like breaking the space up. Like I said, a workspace, the kitchen, and then the bedroom. So this is almost a king size bed. It is 6 feet tall, 6 feet tall, 6 feet long. Or wait, maybe it's 6'4". Henry is like 6'2", 6'3", and he wanted it to be as long as him. So I think it's actually like 6'4", but it's not quite as wide as a king. However, I do have flares from Flare Space on both sides, and they add a significant amount width-wise. I also have above the bed. This is mostly for all of my clothes. And so this one is like hoodies, jackets, bras, underwear, and books. So I'm going to show you one more thing up front. This was probably the first section of the van that we actually did, at least for the pocket door and this partition wall. I am a big advocate of the partition, especially as a woman who travels solo pretty often still, even though I do have Henry and traveled solo completely for years. I just love having the partition. A, it makes me feel a little bit safer, and B, it also just kind of, like I was talking about earlier, breaks up that space so that this feels more like the driving space when I'm up there, and then feels more like the living space when I'm back here. So when I have it all closed up, I just feel like I'm in a little apartment kind of, without having to look at my steering wheel. All right, that is my van tour. I hope that you love it. I know I do. I guess that's what's important, but I do hope that you love it as well. There was a lot of hard work and just a lot of love put into this van. And yeah, until next time. Thanks, guys.
And now, the van that's strong with the Force. Meet Obi-Van Kenobi by the team at Sandy Vans. This is what happens when you cross Star Wars obsession with next-level van building skills. We're talking motion-activated lightsabers, Death Star ceiling lights, bamboo counters, off-grid AC, and a toilet that gift wraps your business. Because if you're going to camp, why not do it like a Jedi? Definitely check out Sandy Vans for more wild builds. Now let's jump to hyperspace.
So this van is Obi-Van Kenobi.
Okay.
So we were going for very much a little bit of a modern retro style on the exterior. So that's why we've got that trim piece painted in white. And when we step onto the interior, all of that will start to make a little bit more sense.
Well, you have your Sandy Van product on the side, so maybe talk to us a little bit about that.
So starting out down low, we've got our Sandy Vans side steps, making it easier to get into this all-wheel drive Sprinter. These things sit so high, especially when you add oversized wheels and tires, getting these a little bit more height. So that's the first product. Coming up to the top, we've got the Sandy Vans sandbar roof rack. To be able to access that, we've got our side ladder. On the top of this, we have 400 watts of solar. We have a Max Air fan and a Dometic RTX 2000. All right, so what you're gonna notice right here is our lightsaber at the entryway. So that's actually activated by a motion sensor right in here. So when that door opens up, that activates the lightsaber, and then your lightsaber beam moves forward.
That's crazy.
Yes. Beautiful thing about this seat is it stows up out of the way, giving you full access into the camper. But when you need seating for 2 more, you just flip it down. It's as easy as that. And then grabbing this lever right here, popping everything up. So comfortable, DOT approved seating for 2. What's also cool about this seat is it has attachment points for car seats in here. That's a request we get from customers all the time. Need to drive with 4? Flip it on. When you get to your camp spot, just do the reverse, pop that, this flips down, and then flips up and out of the way. You'll see right behind here, we have a Lagoon table mount. This just slides out and can pop onto the Lagoon table here. Let's look up top.
For people that don't know what's that from, those lights are particular to somewhere in Star Wars.
Yes, so this is called a Galaxy panel. And right above me, this is what you're gonna see in the back of the Death Star. We went ahead and incorporated that into our ceiling lights. So Galaxy panel, you've seen this before at Sandy Vans, we like to do drop-down panels and cover up the fan. So we have our Max Air fan right here.
Very tastefully done.
Yes, yeah. So you still have access to be able to control things in here, open and close that. It's also remote controlled, so you don't always have to squeeze your fingers in there, but if you need to. Over here we have our sink cabinet with flip-up countertop on the side, so when you need a little extra cook and prep service.
And it looks like you guys even switched. Did you officially switch over to the Wabasa ones, or?
This is actually an Indel B.
Let me ask you this: you have the ceiling lights that are the Death Star, and then the blue lights are from what? Or is that you just wanted blue?
Everything is on different switches here, so you can set the mood that you're looking for. So we're able to turn these off, or if we wanted a dim thing, everything's on dimmers. And then we have our white functional lighting underneath, and then we have all of this blue accent lighting. And at night, this looks clean. Remember,
Yeah.
this is Obi-Van Kenobi, so we're going with that blue lightsaber theme.
The blue lightsaber. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We will do, now it's standard on all Sandy Vans.
Oh, it
come
is.
with a microwave. We will do a microwave delete if you'd rather have that additional storage in there. While we're on subject of upper cabinets, something else you'll notice in the upper cabinets here is we love putting a lot of outlets in here. So we've got outlets in each one of these cabinet sections. So the front ones, both of these back here have outlets, 110, USB, and USB-C. So you can tuck things in there, store everything in. Yes, so what we have in here, unused, still with the wrapper on,
Oh, the Laveo.
is the Laveo dry flush toilet.
So is that per customer request?
That is.
Okay.
Exactly. It's something you haven't seen in any of our vans before, but something
Oh,
we're really
oh boy.
excited about. Integrated blinds.
Okay. And they're
Into
blackout.
the windows, yes, blackout shades. So the social layout comes with this large U dinette in the back. It's a great place to be able to comfortably put 6 people. I've had 8 people back here playing cards. We've got this nice lagoon table with the Jedi symbol on it. Again, we are an Obi-Van Kenobi. The way that this dinette system works is the table drops down and it rests on these bed rails right here, and then the cushions fold in, so this entire space in the back becomes the bed. I think one of my other favorite features on this particular layout is the way that this back is removable and adjustable.
Okay.
So if you want to pull this out, we can
I
convert
use that
this
as the
space.
leaf.
Yes, so this is
Okay.
designed, so this divides your garage space, but when you want to put it into bed mode, it's both this and the table here drop
That's
in
the
to
leaf.
make
Got
that.
it.
So this
Okay,
makes
okay.
a leaf. But you can also fully remove this section, and now you get full pass through to the back of the van.
And why do you like that most? Like, I know you and Alan like to do what?
So it's really for storing big gear. So I love it to be able to put a mountain bike, a dirt bike in here.
Surfboards.
Surfboards. We do a lot of surfing trips, and so you end up getting all of your longboards can easily pass through in here. It's really nice to have that ability. And then as you can see, we have lots of storage in the back as well.
Great options. Great company. What is? How do we get a hold of Evan or even Caleb here, or anybody here at Sandy Vans? How do we get a hold
Best
of
way
you?
to check us out, sandyvans.com. Give us a call, and we'll do what we can to help you out with your van needs.
So which van are you selling your couch for? Jess's clean and capable ProMaster, Sydney's luxury pup mobile, or the Jedi Cruiser from Sandy Vans? Let us know in the comments and hit that like button if van envy is your favorite hobby. Don't forget to subscribe. We've got more jaw-dropping builds headed your way.